He wanted that space clear.
Yeah.
It was my brother's car.
Yeah.
But he never told my father.
Yeah.
I knew it, but he wouldn't tell my father.
Yeah.
So my father would say, son, who the hell's car is that? Because he would back his truck out of the garage. He wouldn't start it. He'd back it out because there was a hill. See, that garage, you could only put, at the time, it was one car.
Yeah.
And there was dirt from the floor, the ground, up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
So my dad took all that dirt out and put it in the backyard. And he made 2 cars and 1 car in the back.
Yeah.
He made it a 3-car garage.
Yeah.
So when he went to the market, he would coast his truck out of the garage. He wouldn't start it up to save on the battery
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would say these terrible words about this lousy damn car over there.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding you.
That's my grandpa's car.
Oh, boy.
That's funny.
And then finally he found out, he said, why the hell you park over there for?
Yeah.
My brother said, well, Pa, you got plenty of room. I don't have too much room, you know, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, then he met your grandma, Antoinette.
Yeah.
I don't know how we met her.
Yeah.
It wasn't my business to know.
Yeah.
But she was a lovely lady.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Her mom, Sarah, was a wonderful lady. And the father was a good man. And he was tough too.
Do you remember his name?
Mr. Romeo, I call him.
Yeah.
Always Mr. Romeo, never
Yeah.
by first name.
Yeah.
You know, so. But my father, he didn't dislike Anthony, but he didn't like her in a way. I don't know. See, my dad, being Sicilian,
Yeah.
he had to do the wedding.
Yeah.
It was his choice to marry who I'd say.
Oh.
You marry that girl, you marry that guy.
Really?
Yes.
He didn't like Antoinette. They wanted Grandpa to marry her.
12 o'clock. So anyhow, every time Antoinette was around, she was around when my father wasn't present.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but what can I tell you? These ideas came from Italy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they still have that going on today.
Oh yeah.
I went through it.
Yeah.
I went through it because my dad had a girlfriend down North Beach.
Really?
I'm not kidding you. So anyhow, my dad, as uneducated as he is, he opens up a grocery store down on 21st in Hampshire. Now I was going to Lecon School.
Yeah.
I had a transfer from Lecon School to go to the Bryant School on 22nd and Bryant
Yeah.
because it was closer for me to go help my brother in the store.
Yeah.
I was always helping my brother. I had to be there with my brother, whether it be we bought a truck for him for the paddling or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he'd go down there and Antoinette would come later. I don't know if Antoinette worked or what, I don't remember that. But she'd come into the store and then my mother would come down. So there was my brother, Antoinette, me after school, and my mother. And Mom would start cooking and Antoinette would help, whatever.
Yeah.
And then no sooner my father got home, Antoinette would go out the back door,
Really?
go home or go somewhere.
Yeah.
And my brother would go pick her up wherever, you know. They had things figured out, you know.
Yeah.
See, their idea was not to embarrass or hurt anybody. But Papa had this idea. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why.
But finally, my grandpa
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
said, "No, this is the girl I want to marry." I
So
love
they
this.
got married. They got married at the Presida Valley Club.
Yeah.
In that year, I forget what year it was. And the rumor was that somebody wanted to kidnap the bride.
I remember hearing that.
And Sam Passanese, another Siciliano family guy who had 10 kids, he goes home and gets the gun.
You're kidding me.
No, man. He goes home and gets the gun. And he wouldn't let Antoinette out of her sight.
Really?
Nobody knew it.
Oh my God, that's a great story.
Nobody knew it. But the rumor was this.
Yeah.
They didn't know about Sam.
He brought a gun to the wedding.
Oh yeah, he had the gun. Yeah. Anyhow, that was it. They got married. That was it.
Wow.
Now what is my brother Joe going to work at?
Yeah.
There was no work.
No work.
Because he had worked at the...
What year did you get married?
Oh gee.
Before you?
Yeah.
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 Before you, okay.
Maybe 5 years. I don't know, Joey. Yeah. But anyhow, my father bought him a little Dodge truck.
Yeah.
He says, you know what to do, Joe? You go pedal like me.
Yeah.
And then you do better things after a while, you know. Well, again, Tony had to help Joe.
Yeah.
I used to hustle my buns off when I used to get out of Lecon School.
Yeah.
My father made a little tray with baskets of fruit in it, and I had to hit all the homes on Fulton Street, Stoneman Street, Rippling,
Yeah.
and sell that stuff till I got home.
Really?
I had to do it.
Really?
I had to do it. He made a little wagon for me,
Yeah.
and he put vegetables and fruits on there.
Yeah.
Here I'm going up Fulton Street, the hill, and the damn rope breaks. And all the truck tips over, the wagon trips over, and all the vegetables are rolling down the hill.
No. Oh no.
Huh?
Oh man.
And if anybody made fun of me, I was going to kick the hell out of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So getting back to my brother Joe, my father said, why don't you go to Brisbane?
Yeah.
It's a nice place over there, beautiful, looks like Italy. You look at it from the highway.
Yeah.
Now, man, I think it's different now, but at that time. So I went with my brother Joe, and we hustled every house in Brisbane.
Yeah.
To get customers, which he did. He got customers. Now me, I don't know how old. Like I say, I couldn't play sports. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they get married, and then they have. Let's see, where they live. I don't remember where they lived at. I don't remember that where they lived at. But anyhow.
Somewhere in Road City, I think.
No, that was after.
After, okay.
After he had a few bucks.
Yeah.
But he worked. He lived in his. Oh, I know. Yeah, he lived at my Uncle Vince's house on Bessie in Manchester. He and Antoinette lived there. There was a for rent, so they lived there. And he had a bulldog.
On Manchester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manchester goes, and Bessie goes this way.
Yeah.
So it was right on the corner here. They had, I think it was 5 units there.
Yeah.
To this day, I think they still own it, but Philly, they're all dead. All the orangutans are dead,
Yeah.
except Barbara. So that's where they lived. And then my brother Joe, let's see now, he got a job at Food Mart. He became the day manager.
Yeah.
And I was working down the market, and I got hurt. I lifted we used to have cabbage in these big crates. In those days, all the boxes were made out of wood.
Yeah.
Not cardboard or plastic, all wood.
Yeah.
And we used to have to lift these cabbages up, put them 4 high, and I could do it easy because I was strong.
Yeah.
And I got hurt, I ruptured myself, so I ended up in the French hospital. And when I came home, I didn't have a job. So my brother said, you want to work the nights at Food Mart?
Yeah.
I said, sure.
Yeah.
So I was the night manager at Food Mart.
Oh yeah.
And we knew produce, you know, like I say, we were born with it.
You're born with it, yeah.
So anyhow, that's where I worked. And he was the day manager. Then my boss, Paul Campy, he came to me and he says, he liked me. And he says, would you like to be partners with me, Tony? We'll open up this Castro Street, 495 Castro, Paul's Market. He had a store there.
Yeah.
So I said, sure. So I went in partners with him. See? And my brother was still up there.
Yeah.
And then that went well. And then I told my brother Joe, you want to be partners with me down here?
Yeah.
He says, yeah. So we both got together and we had the produce market. Paul's Market.
Yeah. Wow.
495 Castro. And that was during the war years now. This is 1941.
Yeah. Did you own it? So you owned it?
Yeah, we owned it.
Castro.
Yeah.
I gotta go
It's
by and
still
see
there.
it. I gotta see it.
I got pictures downstairs in my car
Yeah.
of the market.
Wow.
The reason why I got those pictures, because these people, this couple of mother and son, used to come at Westlake Coffee Shop, and we got, you know, come on, you know, we were always polite, you know, with the eye you say hello.
Yeah.
Then one day the son says to me, he says, you know, he says, I know you from someplace, Tony, with my wife there, you know. So he comes back the next day or two with these pictures, and it shows my truck in front of Paul's Market. My truck.
Wow.
He says, this is where I know you from. I said, what? No. He tells me, what did you have? What kind of business you do? I said, well, I've always done produce. That's where I know you from. Paul's Market on 18th and Castro. Right.
Yeah.
So he came the next day or two with these pictures.
Yeah.
It shows my truck. It shows the name of the market.
Wow.
And it shows the streetcar, because the streetcar used to come up Market Street, down Castro Street, and make, what do you call that? The turntable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go back up Castro, down Market to the ferry boat.
Yeah.
And that was my store. And then the people, the ladies and the men, they didn't dress like rags.
Yeah.
They had suits, coats, hair, nice, when they went downtown.
Wow.
They looked clean and nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told my grandchildren, I said, do you ever look at yourself when you're walking down the street? Look at your big fat ass out there with these stupid looking jeans. You ever look at yourself? How ridiculous you look, and every guy's looking at you. Oh. Huh? Yeah, Gramps, yeah, Grandma. So
it's a different world today, huh?
oh yeah, sure. I mean, I'm from the other school now,
Yeah.
Joey. But anyhow, that's what is it. And then your dad, he worked for, like I say, with us, and then I opened up another place, New Electric Market on Elizabeth and 24th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Then we kind of dissolved our ways,
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Johnson worked for us. Nick Romeo worked for us. Phil Silvestri,
Mm-hmm.
Jack O'Leary, and Michael O'Shea.
Yeah.
They all worked for us in
Wow.
certain times, deliveries, or,
Wow.
And we hired kids off the street. They wanted to work for $1 an hour,
Yeah.
and we couldn't afford it. We told the mother, we can't afford $1.
Yeah.
Well, just to keep them off the street,
Yeah.
you see?
That's
The
great.
parents didn't want the kids on the street.
And back then, the Italians, back then the community, a sense of community. A lot of the Italians worked together. They lived on the same
Oh.
street and
Yeah.
parties
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I remember just my growing up as a kid. Remember my grandma throwing the big dinners in the garage.
You mean down on Rebel City?
Yeah.
Oh,
In the garage, it'd be 50 Sicilians.
of course,
in the garage.
of course.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's your mother's name?
Carolyn.
Ah, Carolyn, the
my dad,
blonde
Jeff.
girl.
Yeah.
And I think her dad was Eddie. No,
No, Dad was Jack.
Jack and
Kasha.
ah,
Kasha. Yeah. Yeah.
they were the outsiders,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but they were nice people.
Yeah. They were German. They were.
Oh, no.
They were like the DiBonos.
But they had a lot of personality, especially the husband.
Yeah. Jack was a funny guy.
He was a full of crap,
Yeah.
But he was good. I mean, I don't mean that
Yeah.
way, but he was.
Yeah. No, he was. Like,
Yeah.
He was a joker.
Yeah, but I know Grandma Antoinette.
Yeah.
Every Christmas Eve, she'd have that party.
Oh God. Do we remember my grandma the way she cooked?
Oh, telling me,
Yeah. Everything was from scratch.
that's right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, like I say, I got the camera,
Mm-hmm.
I learned to cut hair,
Mm-hmm.
and I played the music. I did it all. I'm not kidding you. Antoinette, Tony, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have Christmas Eve dinner there.
Yeah.
We would leave at 11 o'clock to go to the Immaculate Conception midnight mass.
Oh.
We had to do that.
Yeah.
We had to.
Uh-huh.
The dinner didn't mean nothing. And they didn't. They felt kind of insulted.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, but we have to go to midnight mass. And they didn't go.
Yeah.
You see, so we went.
Yeah.
And we'd get the accordion in the middle of the kitchen there, trying to play the accordion with 10 people or 20 people or 100 people. Or
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Uh-huh.
So then we'd open up the door in the front room there, and we'd all parade outside
Yeah.
in the garage way, and we'd
Yeah.
all sit down.
Yeah.
And then we'd all play, and we'd sing Silent Night, Jingle Bells, and all that
I
stuff.
remember some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember you playing. Remember you played the accordion at my sister's wedding in Clear Lake?
Yeah, oh
Remember that?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the lawn.
Yeah.
And your dad had the old car, the antique.
Yeah, the old antique car.
Sure,
I got
yeah.
a film of that.
Oh, that was a hell of a place to play that
Yeah.
day. The wind and everything, and I standing up, and I said, this is lousy, lousy for me.
Yeah.
But we had a nice wedding,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But then who took up, when Antoinette died, that was tough.
Yeah. That was tough.
And then too, the whole family died like that.
Yeah.
Rosie,
Yeah, Rosie. Yeah.
Antoinette,
Uh-huh.
Joe,
Yeah.
Nick Romeo,
Yeah.
Joe Johnson got killed.
Yeah.
He was a Santa Claus, he got killed.
Yeah.
And then Esther gave the parties.
Yeah. That's true.
And we continued over there.
Yeah.
And it was the same way.
Yeah.
The accordion, the
Yeah.
pictures,
Uh-huh.
and then that one night, and Esther,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, Joe was alive then, Joseph.
Uh-huh.
She said, we got a big surprise for you folks.
Yeah.
Well, let's all go out in the front of the house on the lawn.
Yeah.
And she burned the mortgage. They had paid off the house.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's great.
They had paid off the house.
Wow.
So happy.
That's great. Yeah, there were a bunch of characters. And my Aunt Rose, she was a
Oh,
funny girl.
she was,
Character.
yeah.
Do you remember my dad Joe and Don and my
He was a good ball
my
player.
Uncle Don? Yeah. I was gonna ask you, did you ever go to see him play
I
ball?
went one time.
Sarah?
I went one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I think he played first base.
Yeah, first base.
As
yeah.
short as he was, he ran like a deer.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was a little bit heavy though.
Yeah.
But that was his.
Yeah. He was good first baseman. And
He was good. No kidding.
Jim Fregosi, I think he played.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim Fregosi, Jesus.
Yeah. And then my Uncle Don, he's a pretty good ball player
Donald too?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see Donald.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see Donald, but I seen Joe. I went to Sarah High School to see him.
Do you remember when they were born? When Antoinette and my dad had their kids?
Oh God, yeah.
They were good.
Yeah,
They were good.
and Joey had the croup. He had this, what do you call it?
Whooping cough or croup cough?
He passed out like my son Reno did.
Yeah.
Convulsions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Reno, my son, had the convulsions.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it's a high temperature and
Uh-huh.
it knocks him out.
Yeah.
And your dad had it too when they lived on Middlefield Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We used to go there to visit them too and eat there and
Uh-huh.
See, my thing was, I would take the whole families
Uh-huh.
to my nephew's restaurant, Fulton and Masonic,
Uh-huh.
Pasquale's Pizzeria.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. And my kids would bring the accordion and we'd be upstairs, we'd have the whole floor for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
See? Because the family got too big,
Yeah.
so big.
Well, the sad thing nowadays is, my family. It's not like it used to be. I don't have the big dinners.
And
Everyone's dead.
And
Everyone's
the
gone.
picnics?
Yeah.
The picnics,
Yeah.
we'd all be down there
Yeah.
at Flood Park, Skipper Park, or Nupatola Park.
Yeah.
We'd all have this huge long table
Yeah.
with gallons of wine on the table and accordions.
Yeah. I remember.
And
You played all the
Oh.
through the nighttime, all through the night. Yeah, I have a lot of memories of down in growing up in Road City.
God.
My grandpa used to take me to the train tracks.
yeah,
Used
and
to
then
get big salami sandwiches down at
yeah,
Deli.
and then your dad, your grandpa worked for the laundry, Callan Laundry.
Yeah.
That was a tough job.
Oh yeah.
That was hard. And then I opened up a grocery store, Sickles and Huron here during the war years.
Uh-huh.
No, 1950, 52.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had that. My wife and I.
Mm-hmm.
Then my kids were going to the Epiphany.
Yeah.
And my oldest son Reno comes home with the clarinet,
Yeah.
and he's downstairs with Mama, and he's practicing,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, Reno, you're gonna blow your brains out,
Yeah.
Well, my accordion's still on a chair there.
Yeah.
I never put it in a case unless I'm going out to play.
Yeah.
But I put it on a chair there with the cupboard, and I wasn't playing accordion no more. I gave it up. So I was practicing one day, I don't know what it was. I was playing a very Federation song it was a Federation song, it was a beautiful religious song. I was playing that up here,
Yeah.
because I used to listen to it when I was going to church.
Mhm.
And I came home and I was playing it. So my mother-in-law heard it,
Yeah.
and she came up, she said, Tony, that's beautiful. I said, what's the name of it? I don't know what the name of it was. So then my son says, Dad, you think you could teach me how to play the accordion?
Yeah.
Teaching your son something is hard.
Yeah.
Because when you were taking lessons, they teach you ball the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And he had all the rights to do it
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't practice.
Yeah.
So I said, sure. So I used to I bought him a little 12 bass accordion. Anyhow, I got the scales and this and that, Then I wrote a little song that I had
Mm-hmm.
on top of Old Smoky.
Yeah.
So Rena played that.
Yeah.
And then we had a private teacher come to the house. And I didn't
All your
like,
kids played.
huh?
All your kids played, right?
Yeah, Jimmy did too, but then
Yeah.
Jimmy gave it up, I don't know.
Do you know that?
Yeah, Jimmy, Peter, and Reno.
Mhm.
Reno and Peter played great.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Peter came, so we gave him lessons too. They'd taken it to the house here. Then they had different teachers coming every other week, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So then I took them to John Pizzolo down here.
Uh-huh.
And then in the meantime, I started to go to take lessons from Dino Benetti,
Yeah.
because I was the advanced guy,
Mhm.
So that's how it got.
Yeah. I'm in real estate now.
You are?
Yeah, in real estate. I brought my card. But I got to tell you a story. I sell houses, and I put my sign up for the house, and that's my name on there, Joseph DiBono,
Yeah.
on my sign,
Yeah.
for sale sign.
What company you work for?
Brad in Marin. It's called Bradley Real Estate.
Oh.
Melissa Bradley. Real
My
Estate.
great niece works for Coldwell up
Oh
in
yeah,
Sacramento.
I know her. Yeah.
Susan.
Yeah, Susan. Yeah, she does great. She does a good job. Anyways, my for sale signs out there. At least 3 or 4 times a year, someone comes in off the street when I'm they're at the house. Are you related to Tony DiBono, the accordion player?
Oh my God.
And Reno, and I said, yeah, they're my uncles, my cousins, and yeah, they said, oh, we see him all the time. We've been seeing him for years.
Oh, see that?
You're famous all over the place. People know you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. And then they ask you if you're playing or what you're doing. And,
Yeah. See, I enjoyed that because I used to have 1 or 2 jobs every week playing for convalescent hospitals,
yeah.
making 50, 60, 70 bucks an hour
Yeah.
for 1 hour.
That's great.
And I used to walk in and if people see me, they were happy. I'd play all the old songs.
Yeah.
All the old songs, you name them, I played them.
That's great.
You know, then I joined the fun band, accordion band. It was about 15 to 20 accordions.
Mm-hmm.
Then I joined the banjo club.
Mm-hmm.
We used to play at Malloy's every first Saturday of the month.
Uh-huh.
We played from 8 to 11.
Yeah.
And we used to have 15 banjos, 3 accordions, and a bucket.
All the old players used to play all night, huh? All day.
And we played songs that people knew how to sing.
Mm-hmm. Is your son still playing the accordion festival and
Oh,
Calgary and all
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Oh, sure, Peter. Yeah, he's got this. He plays with the violin group. They played for Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh yeah.
when he was first became governor.
Oh yeah.
They played for him,
Yeah.
and they played for a lot of celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And Reno plays. You can see him on TV.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his costume on, his Italian costume on, or German costume on, or Irish costume. He's got all his and he sings like Dean Martin.
Really?
All Italian.
That's great.
All Italian.
That's great.
So he's going to recite. He's going to be the 16th is Sunday, I think. They're going to be at Oyster Point.
Oh.
Sunday he's going to play. They have every month they have a party there.
Love to go see him.
Yeah. So
Let me let's go back to your dad, Pasquale. When did he die? With the 50s, 60s?
oh God, I don't know, Joe.
Yeah. You were older. You had kids by then.
Oh, yeah.
He saw saw his grandkids. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's seen them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen all the kids. I used to go down there every week, see my mother and father, and I did little things, oddness with my mother, you know.
How old was he? Do you remember? He died?
No.
Yeah.
He had to be in his 70s, maybe. I don't
I see
know.
old pictures of him. Good looking guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
You know, when I told him I was going to quit school at the age of 16.
Yeah, tell me about that story.
Yeah, well, when I was working with my father and visiting as a peddler,
Yeah.
like I say, 1917, so 1927, 28, 29, we had 3 days a week we'd work this area of San Francisco. The next 3 days we worked this area of San Francisco. So this particular area was Visitation Valley.
Yeah.
And like I say, I couldn't play baseball or basketball or nothing.
Yeah.
Because I had to work after schools. During vacation, I hated vacations.
Yeah.
I hated vacations. All the kids were down the park playing marble or shooting tops or doing whatever.
Yeah.
And here I'm out hustling my buns off with my father.
Yeah.
Ooh, I used to hate summer.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we go to Visitation Valley there, my dad, and every time we got there, I'd look in the window of this garage, you know, like that,
Yeah.
and there was a beautiful Model T Ford in there.
Yeah.
So this particular day, my father says, "What are you looking at?" I said, "Oh, nice car in there, Pa." Because I was driving his truck from one side of the street to the other side of the street. I could do that, you know.
Yeah.
So he says, I talked to the lady. So he talked to the lady. He says, you want to sell your Ford? I'd like to buy for my boy, my son. She says, yeah, how much? He says, how much you want? She says, give me $25. My father said, I'll give you $20 cash right now.
Yeah. Done.
So I took the car.
Yeah.
So I get home, and then I washed it all off nice, and about 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever it was, I washed it nice, dried it off, and I went down to Levin's. They were the first auto supply stores in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Levin's Auto Supplies on Market and Hayes. I went in there and I bought a can of blue paint.
Yeah.
I came home, I had a brush, I painted my Model T Ford with the brush.
Yeah.
All the wheels all black. Beautiful! Oh man, I was a big shot.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I was so proud.
Wow.
You know, and for $1,
Yeah.
I could go all over the city. You know?
Wow.
And then those, like I say, the tank was right in front of the windshield.
Yeah.
And the flow, the dry and drive would take care of the motor.
Yeah.
So that's nice to go down on Alabama Street on Saturday because we didn't work Sometimes we did, but most of the time we didn't work on a Saturday,
Uh-huh.
although I did.
Yeah.
But when I got home, I'd go down that way and see my friends.
Uh-huh.
So I'm down there, and this kid, Henry Lorienti, he tells me, hey, Tony, who's that nice girl down there that I was talking to? And her name was Lena Sacco.
Yeah.
You like her? He's, yeah, I like them, you know. I go, well, shit, go down there and talk to her. Tells him I do. Like her? Go down and talk to her.
Yeah.
He did, and he married her.
Wow. Yeah.
See?
Back in the day.
And her brother was Steve Sacco.
Yeah.
And he was a drummer,
Uh-huh.
and he got in a band, and he used to invite me down there to play the accordion with his drum. But he couldn't beat out no beats.
Oh yeah.
He was always behind me or in front of me.
Yeah.
I said, Steve,
That was awesome.
watch my foot.
Watch the tempo, yeah.
Yeah, you're driving me crazy.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that was it. Then he learned how to play the trombone, and his professional was a butcher,
Yeah.
Steve Sacco.
Steve Sacco.
He died.
Yeah. What do you say? Like, you know, my grandpa and Antoinette and you and Celine were married for so long.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so long. What's the key to a lasting marriage like that?
I wish I knew. With my wife, you know, I was a jealous kid.
Yeah.
I was very jealous when I was young.
Yeah.
If she talked to somebody, I'd get mad.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was ready to fight. I'm not kidding you. She didn't do it to do that to me.
Yeah.
But this is how I was.
Yeah.
And she got me over it.
Yeah.
She got me over going to church.
Yeah.
It's patience.
Yeah.
Like you're raising your kids.
Gotcha.
You know, if you could raise your kids like you were raised,
Uh-huh.
which is impossible.
Yeah.
It's not that, it's the environment that they're in contact with.
Yeah.
The TV stinks.
Yeah.
All those dirty programs.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't show murder on there, it's a failure show.
Yeah.
If it's a sex show, it's 100%.
Yeah.
And you know, you and your wife work hard.
Yeah.
She's got her ideas, you've got your ideas.
Yeah.
And you gotta put them together and have patience with one another.
Yeah.
Always look the other way. Don't look at stuff and make yourself irritated or mad for what?
Yeah.
You know, it's
How you remember for how long? How many years?
huh?
How many years?
68 years.
60 years. Wow.
You know, that's not.
7 years.
Yeah, my wife in September would be 89. I'll be 91.
Yeah.
See?
Wow. Beautiful. That's
Oh,
what a beautiful life.
Yeah, we had a good life, and the whole family was great people.
Yeah.
Never any trouble with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always good times.
Mhm.
You know, we went to Reno. We used to go to Reno on a bus.
Yeah.
They'd hired a bus in Redwood City.
Uh huh.
And me and my wife, we were always the first ones.
Mm.
Always the first ones. We parked the cars in the police station there. We were
Yeah.
allowed to do it.
Yeah.
We'd all board the bus and we'd go to Reno.
Wow.
Overnight.
Yeah.
We came home the next day.
Yeah.
So one night up there, brushing up at Reno, they were, what they did was, see, there was twin beds in the room for me and my wife.
Yeah.
So being twin beds, they didn't know what bed we were gonna sleep in.
Yeah.
So they tied the sheets to one bed.
Uh huh.
So we didn't get into that bed. We didn't know it was tied,
Yeah.
but we slept on the other bed. So we get up the next morning, went to church, they're all looking at us as, what's wrong? What the hell he's looking at like that?
Yeah.
How'd you sleep? We slept fine.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We slept fine. Why? You didn't sleep fine.
Yeah.
We did. What's wrong? We tied the sheets in the bed. And we didn't sleep in that bed because we just slept on the other bed.
Yeah.
You know, this was it.
That's funny.
We all were on our own, you know. If we meet in a restaurant, it was just by chance.
Yeah.
But everybody was on their own.
Too much.
So I walked in a restaurant one time when my brother was there, and Antoinette and Dominic and Millie, whoever, and they didn't serve hash browns.
Yeah.
I said, hell, I'm not gonna eat in here.
Uh,
So I walked out.
yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I want my hash browns.
Too much.
Oh, it really.
Do you remember your grandparents? Your Pasquale's dad? Do you remember your grandparents?
Oh no,
You don't know.
no. All I know is that my father, when in Sicily,
Yeah.
he had another brother,
Uh huh.
and